I'm noticing, now I feel like I'm sounding very old. But
No.
I was say something. I talk rubbish.
Really?
Yeah. And once I start talking, I don't stop talking. To tell us how to not deal with the media, but just how to conduct ourselves. And I think I've written it from home and come. The way he said it, I was like, it's a notebook he's hidden. Dividing thing, which I don't like, insiders, outsiders. Like, we're all part of one industry.
That I want to know from you, because there's the acting part of it, and that's an important aspect of your career. The other thing is actually the media part of it, right? And you spoke about the company that will sort of manage you. They'll look after you. They'll make sure that you're sort of taken care of. There is the media that you have to constantly face. There's the social media that's also a profile that nobody needed to have before. Did you go through any training for that? Like, did they put you through? I think everyone should. Like, I know one of the major movie stars' kid was making a debut, and a friend of mine actually spent time with that person to just train them to how to be in a press conference or a trailer launch, or how to do a one-on-one interview. Did you go through it?
We didn't have this training. I feel like now I'm noticing, I feel like I'm sounding very old.
No, you literally started 5 years ago.
The kids coming in now, but 5 years ago, it doesn't seem
long, right?
But it feels like a lot has happened since then. Like when the year that we debuted, it was right before COVID, and that was the last few years where they had those big award functions, and then it felt like those 2 years of COVID, none of it is ever going to come back. So it feels like another time only when we debuted.
And there is a pre-pandemic, post-pandemic world. There's no denying
huge change in the way people are consuming content, the kind of movies that people are watching, the way people are going into cinemas. Are they going? Are they not going? What kind of films are they going in for? So a lot has changed since then. But I do feel like now the new current lot that's coming in, I'm seeing them be
24.
Yeah, I'm seeing them a lot more trained and a lot more aware of like how to talk to the media. You think I was trained? Have you seen the kind of things I've said in interviews?
Like what?
Like this whole, like if I was trained, I would really think before I talk. I would, say something. I talk rubbish.
Really?
Yeah. And once I start talking, I don't stop talking.
But you've been amazing so far. There's not one pop-up that I wish there was. I wish there was a reel that could just make this
There'll be
conversation.
something, don't
there
worry.
will be something, you think?
Something or the other will come out. Be rest assured. But Karan was very helpful with that.
I know. He's the freaking media king.
Yeah. He really sat and spent a lot of time with me and Tara to tell us how to not deal with the media, but just how to conduct ourselves and stuff. Yeah.
Like, what did he tell you, if you can remember?
I think he always told me to just be candid about everything. Like when we were going on coffee with Karan, he told me to own and speak up about the journey that I've had, and to not be like, oh, don't ask me this and stuff. Because I was like, I don't know the right thing to say, because what is the right thing to say? But he was like, no, just be honest, be real, be candid. And he's always said that to me.
One of the things that became huge with respect to you, not so much with respect to your work per se, was that one video where you did a round table and there's Siddhant Chaturvedi sitting next to you. And I mean, he had a cracker line, all right, about,
I think I've written it from home and come. The way he said it, I was like, it's a notebook he's hidden and written this line.
मेरा मौका भी बोल देता
हूं
कि what is it, जहां हमारी ड्रीम खत्म होती है, आपके स्ट्रगल शुरू होती है. And I think what you said before that, which I don't know whether it got talked about enough, was also legit in the sense that you're talking about your father, Chunky Pandey, the fact that he had his own struggles, the fact that his father was a surgeon, he would have known no one in Bollywood, as it were, made his own name for himself. And that's legit too, right? Because that's a lot of people's story, and that's something that you've seen.
Yeah. No, I think from the very moment I joined the industry, I think our first thing was Coffee with Karan, when we all came on Coffee with Karan, and Karan asked me a question. I'm very vocal about saying that, yes, I have had, the front
foot in the door.
Yeah, exactly. And after a point, I think your work speaks, and people have to still like you on screen and watch you, because there have been many cases where people have come from film families and they've not been successful because they've not resonated with the audience.
Actually.
There have been many of those as well. And then there have been people from the outside who've done extremely well. So I think it's a very, dividing thing, which I don't like, insiders, outsiders. Like, we're all part of one industry, and we should all support each other and give love to each other, because the industry and the people have given us so much. So I'm really I don't know why we're creating these lines and these borders. And actually what you're saying, what I was saying before that, before Sid said his line, was that everyone...
His scripted line.
His line. And Sid and I, honestly, I can joke about this and tell him to his face, because everyone's made it seem like there's some feud, but I've worked with him so much. We've done 2 movies together, and he's one of my closest friends in the industry, honestly. But yeah, I think everyone... everyone has a different story. Everyone gets to a point in a different way. Like, people would think that people who live in Bombay have an advantage of people who don't live in Bombay.
They have no rents to pay.
Exactly. So there's so many
Yeah.
different things that someone has better and someone doesn't. So yeah, you can keep going.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.